Hey, what up, guys? Welcome to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose, and where this ministry is putting a premium emphasis on living and promoting a holistic mind, body, and spirit path to health and wellness and to life overall, while simultaneously putting a premium emphasis on this group of people that the Bible refers to as the have-nots. Excuse me. Now, I'm going to make sure that in this message I'm careful to mention that it's the have-nots all across the board, guys. All across the board, those who are lacking with finances and housing, and those who are, lacking or going without when it comes to equal fairness and justice and all these kinds of things. And of course, those who are going without when it comes to love. They don't have love, peace, direction, focus, sense of purpose, fulfillment, joy. Now, the reason why I made sure to mention that is because it's sequitive. It leads right into today's message. I'll mention towards the end of the video some services that are provided by this ministry that are here to help nourish and strengthen, revitalize, renew, recenter, replenish the mind, the body, and the spirit. But as you guys know, this ministry, and you guys are too in your own way, in your own area, we're committed to helping, to trying to give back, to trying to inspire, to trying to teach, to try to just love, and love in a way that's true love, which means whether it's what we would call soft or gentle love or firm and strong love. The type of love that may be uncomfortable when it's shown. But either way, we're about giving back. We're about continuing to grow and evolve and to share our experiences with others and, try to learn from them to help further our growth and share with them so that we help them further theirs and all these type of things. And we do so. And you, I'm sure, in your own way, whether it's something that you consciously commit to or not, you take a triage approach. You really do. When it comes to those who are hurting. We all do. We're organically hardwired to prioritize those that are hurting the most. If somebody comes and tell you that, they're living on the floor in their apartment because they don't have furniture, and then someone else comes and says, well, they're sleeping on the curb because they don't have an apartment or house, who are you going to prioritize? So we're all hardwired to naturally do our best to help all people, but to triage those that are hurting the most. It's human nature. This is why they triage at the hospital. Who do you think the doctor is going to see first? The guy or the girl who fell off the bicycle? Or the guy or the girl who fell off the rooftop? So we triage. And yet, helping these or this group of people that are hurting the most, that we triage, helping them can be the hardest job in town. And I use the word town loosely. It could be the hardest job in your neighborhood, in your workplace, in your family, in society, then when you go out, to the ball game, whatever. Just trying to help someone in any way, in any area. You help someone by sharing a smile, help someone by donating some finances, help someone with a positive word, a ride to work, help them change the tire on the car trapped on the side of the road, whatever. Prioritizing those that are less fortunate. And again, as I mentioned at the opening, even those that are less fortunate when it comes to love. Those who are less fortunate when it comes to guidance, understanding. Those that are hurting, those that are hurting the most when it comes to guidance and a sense of purpose, a sense of love and fulfillment in their life, all across the board. Helping those people can be the hardest job in town. It really can. And when you think about it, you don't have to think very long or very hard at all. You know this to be true. Because every time you reach out, not every single time, but the overwhelming majority of times that you reach out to these people that are lost, that are confused, that are broken, that are needy, these are the ones that despise you the most. These are the ones that devalue you the most, that appreciate you the most. These are the ones that backstab and betray you the most. And a lot of you guys are out there having suffered these kinds of betrayals and setbacks and mistreatment by someone that, first of all, is of the needy, that you didn't have to help. That you didn't have to help in whatever way. You didn't have to share a genuine smile, a genuine word of encouragement, donate some blankets or whatever. You didn't have to. And when you did, you found out that person was the one that said, hey, this guy or this girl is a lame. They're out there passing out blankets. And it's winter, and they're homeless, and they need the blanket. Or they're in the mansion and they're unfulfilled. They got nothing internal in terms of love or peace. You share that with them. Again, all across the board, however it works out. And they're saying, hey, this guy over here, this girl over here, she's a lame because she came and made me feel good. And that's an energy source that I can go right back to, make myself feel good and go on not giving a darn about the world. Some of you guys have experienced this. And it would be easy, very easy, for you to kind of pack up your things, metaphorically speaking, or literally if you're in the workplace or a relationship or whatever. But you pack up your things and say, you know what, I wash my hands with that. I'm done. I may not be perfect. You may not be perfect. But we don't need that. You don't need to be trying to help people or a group of people, a segment of people who devalue you, who mistreat you, who lie, who cheat, who betray you. It's easy. It would be easy to say, you know what? I'm good. I got enough money. I got enough joy. It may not be perfect, but I'm okay. I got enough joy, got enough money, got enough resources, I got enough introspection, I got enough peace, enough know-how, enough overall resources. I don't need that. So that's okay. You guys don't appreciate it? Or the majority of you people from that group or organization or neighborhood, whatever, you guys don't appreciate it, that's fine. I'm out. That would be so easy, and oftentimes it's so tempting too, because you've been burnt so many times. But I want to encourage you, because it's giving back. It's trying to lead by example. When you fall, you make some mistakes, you try to correct those mistakes. You want to learn, you want to grow, you want to help each other, help others learn and grow. And if you remove that from your life, you're removing some of the very fabrics, the very essence of what makes you you. So don't do that. Keep fighting on, keep hoping on, keep praying on. Keep trusting him to sharpen your discernment so you don't keep getting burned by the wrong people in that group, in that community, or whatever that you're helping. There are people in that group, community, or whatever that need you. The world needs you. So if you're out there and you're prioritizing the needy, don't quit, because if you ain't going to do it, then who's going to do it? If you're not going to do it, then how's it going to get done? If I'm not going to do it, who's going to do it? If I'm not going to do it, how's it going to get done? If we're not going to do it, how's it going to get done? Who's going to do it? When we know the overwhelming majority of people on this planet, hearts have waxed cold. They don't give a darn. Everything is transactional. Everything is superficial. Everything is based on political correctness. Nothing has any real substance to it in terms of love, in terms of compassion, in terms of the quest for real meaningful camaraderie. In a quest, in a sense of, let's really build up the community / build up this planet, rebuild this planet, one neighborhood, one community, one household at a time. Very few people have that. Most people, it's about them and their inner circle. Most people are, hey, as long as it's sunny in my backyard, I don't give a darn if the whole world sinks. And if we're hand on heart honest, we know this. This is why our job, our task, our divine assignment is so brutal. It's so brutal. It's so requiring. And yet it's so necessary. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Keep prioritizing the needy. Even though that can be the most difficult job in town. If it was easy, as they say, everybody would be doing it. But most people have arrived at a exit stage left sign. They've been burnt like you and I. And they quit. They quit on God, they quit on humanity, and they quit on themselves. So who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? When you reach out to somebody and say, hey, can I help you? Allow me to help you. May I assist you? When you share that smile, when you share that apology, when you extend that olive branch in whatever way, in whatever area, and to whatever extent, just trying to get better, just trying to make the world better. Hey, I was wrong. Let me apologize. Most people are going to spit in your face, metaphorically. Or who knows, nowadays, they might try to literally spit in your face or my face. And all you did was realize, hey, look, I could have handled that better. I apologize. Or if sometimes this is how we move. We're not holier than thou and all of this, but we're just committed to running and finishing the race that he has set before us. So sometimes, and this has happened to me, even when I know for a fact I didn't do anything wrong, what I did wasn't rude, what I did wasn't wrong, what I did wasn't disrespectful, it didn't violate anybody in terms of what we would say is politically or shall I say socially acceptable, didn't break any laws. I know I didn't do anything wrong. But even though I didn't do anything wrong, it offended somebody. It rubbed somebody the wrong way. And we all know you apologize only when you've done something wrong, for the most part. That's a general rule of thumb. But I've been burnt, and perhaps so have you. Even though you didn't do anything wrong, you realize it rubbed somebody the wrong way, and you just simply try and say, hey, listen, if I hurt your feelings, if you felt disrespected, that wasn't my intention, and I apologize if I hurt your feelings. I'm not apologizing for what I did. This is what you're knowing in the back of your mind or whatever, because you know you didn't do anything wrong. But you're still apologizing because it hurt their feelings. What do? They'll metaphorically, I've had it happen to me, metaphorically, spat upon. No, you this and you that and you that and you this. And, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, excuse me, we could air this out in a court of law or get to the religious books or however you want to do it. I guarantee you I didn't do anything wrong. But I'm here as a man, as someone who prioritizes this group of people or this person who is amongst the needy, because if I didn't do anything wrong and your feelings are hurt, then that means that's a you issue. That's a them issue. But because I prioritize these kinds of people, I'm going to be man enough, big enough, whatever, and apologize. So all across the board, some of you guys have been burnt when you gave people money, loaned people money, invested in people's company. The people that needed it, they were about to go bankrupt, whatever. You poured money into them. What did they do? Wait for things to stabilize and talk, and then told everybody else, you're a sucker. You're a lame. You're a cash cow that'll just help any swinging up the street. But whatever it is, don't stop. If you're one of those, if you're a financier or whatever, and you're trying to help people in the hood or help some of the farmers that are hurting or whatever your thing is. If you're just trying to lead set good examples in terms of your manners and your conduct, and every time you're kind to somebody, it seems like they, take it as a weakness or whatever, spread rumors, don't quit. These are the people that we're here to help, man. These are the same people that this person that we call Christ came from among, who he prioritized in his ministry. And these are the same people that he's coming back for. So we can look at Christ, this person we refer to as Jesus. We can look at him with a whole new elevated sense of respect, because now we can see how difficult it was going to pray for people that as soon as he went to pray for him and reached his hands out for him, just metaphorically or just giving an example, as soon as he reached his hands out to pray for them, they spat on him. They tried to throw some cuffs on him, cut his hands off. Soon as he bowed down to pray for them, they went to get the billy club. His eyes closed, he praying, hit him over the head. He didn't stop. Soon as he went in there and gave somebody a good word, that person or that community talked about him. Went and told the people that he was healing on days that he shouldn't be healing on, even though he went in there and healed their wife, their spouse, or themselves. These are the people that we're called to help. The needy, the lost. And yes, it's a spiritual disease. It's a spiritual thing that we're up against. Because again, it exists all across the board. I can't give you enough examples, but you know within your own experiences, within your own awakening, within your own environment, whatnot, you know all across the board. When you reach out to people, oftentimes, I'm definitely not saying everybody, hence the term don't quit. Hence the reason I say don't quit. But you know, you've reached out to people, you be a good person, let somebody over in traffic, whatever. You can let somebody over in traffic, they'll get right to the stop sign. And because you didn't pull off very fast enough, whatever, they'll fly you a bird, flip you off. Keep going, guys. It's the hardest game in town. It's the hardest job in town. It's the hardest game in town. Trying to help the needy and prioritize those emotionally, psychologically, socially. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people in the absolute worst of moods. I've seen people in the absolute worst physical conditioning and have reached out to them with encouragement, complimentary, zero strings attached workout, meal plans, nutritions, whatever. You would think that person would show not that I owe you, I didn't do it for you. We don't do it for them to owe us anything, but just a good old common sense of appreciation, a thank you. You help a 500, 300-pound person up a flight of stairs, and the next time you see them, they look at you as if you threw them down a flight of stairs. And so again, it would be easy to say, well, you know what? That's the last time I help a heavy-set person up some stairs. That's the last time I whatever. But don't do that. Because if you do it again, you're ripping out an essence of you, a part of you. Your divine calling, your divine assignment is for such a purpose, to help those that are needy. And they can be the most savage, the most ruthless, the most unappreciative, the most disrespectful, first to betray, last to show appreciation. And that's all across the board, from the homeless on the street to those in the high heels and so-called high palaces, and everywhere in between. Those that are needy in whatever area oftentimes turn out to be the ones who bring out the sharpest knives. And they don't wait till you turn mostly around. They wait until your back is totally turned, and then they stick it in. And when you turn around to try to find out what's going on, then they stick it in the chest and stomach and all that too. But we still have a job to do. Keep doing what you can to make the world a better place. Prioritizing the needy. Again, what else? What other purpose do we serve if not such a cause? Why would a doctor open up an ER, and because everybody that comes in there is or the majority of people that come in there is in serious need of some emergency medical treatment. But because most of them have a rude attitude, disrespect him, whatever, he said, well, that's it. I'm not dealing with those who are seriously jacked up anymore. I'm only dealing with those who got minor headaches, little ankle sprains and stuff like that. No. If he's a real doctor, if he's truly committed to his profession, his assignment, he's going to be more discerning. He ain't just going to let himself just get ran over or ran through and all this. He's going to be more discerning. But he's going to keep right on, prioritizing those that are amongst the most needy. Continue to do what you can, guys, to build up yourself. Got to start with self. If you can't keep yourself built up, then how are you going to keep someone else built up? We're in the ocean. If I can't stop myself from drowning, how the heck I'm going to stop somebody else from drowning? So it starts there. And a part of starting there means taking the lumps and the bruises and never quitting. Keep calling yourself to the carpet, despite the hurt, the disappointment, the sadness, the letdown, the rudeness, all that kinds of stuff. And then keep doing whatever it is that you're doing in whatever area you have been positioned by this thing we call the universe or God. Again, for some of you guys, it is being financiers. For some of you guys, it's being fitness trainers. For some of you guys, it's being life coaches. For some of you guys, it means just setting a good example in the workplace, and so forth and so on. But keep doing whatever it is that you know that's your little niche to make the world better, to make the community better. I'm going to get out of here. I'm at 28 minutes. I've been saying I'm going to get these back down to 30. So, yeah, I pray that this thing that we call God, whatever name you want to refer to that as, you could be a Scientologist, don't believe in God. You can be an atheist, but you believe in higher power. You believe in respecting and honoring all life, all plant life, all animal life, all human life, the life of Mother Nature. The life of Mother Earth. Then pray. I'm praying for you. I'm praying that God will continue to give you, the courage of your conviction to continue to prioritize those that are hurting the most. I'm praying that God will continue to strengthen and renew and revitalize your sense of moral compass and moral fortitude, because we all make mistakes, and sometimes we have to apologize ourselves, even though sometimes they say, oh yeah, she came back and apologized. Yeah, I knew she was weak. I knew he was a chump. But we have to have the courage of our convictions. I'm praying that he'll continue to give you guys the guidance, the protection, and the discernment to do what it is he has placed in your heart to do and to fulfill your God-given purpose. This is what I got for you guys, man. I'm going to get out of here. I'm at 30 minutes. Yeah, so let me get out of here. I have some services. Yeah, I was going to add something, but at 30 minutes, I'm out. I have some services that are designed to help strengthen and nourish the mind, the body, and the spirit. These services consist of philosophical counseling and youth and young adult mentoring and counseling for mental fitness. There's a variety of clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices for spiritual fitness, and there's certified physical fitness training for physical fitness. If you have any questions or if you'd like to schedule your initial consultation and evaluation, hit me up by way of the email link. If you got any value out of today's message, please show your love. Give back to the ministry. It means more to this ministry than you can imagine. And somebody else out there is counting on you to share the word. I mean, they really are. They're counting on you to pay this message forward. If you got any value out of it, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell icon for notifications. Leave a comment. Investigate and or utilize the services. There's also a Cash App link down in the description box if the Holy Spirit moves you to make a one-time donation, buy me a cup of coffee type of thing, or if it's something a little bit more and a little bit more consistent. Whatever good seeds you plant into this ministry, receive your harvest by faith, whether it's a monetary donation, simply liking the videos, simply sharing the videos, subscribing, investigating, utilizing the services, all that good stuff. Receive your harvest by faith, guys. I release it back to you. I really do. The good book says you have to receive it by faith. I receive your continued love, support, and generosity by faith. I really do. Thank you guys so very much. Again, go out there and know it's the toughest job in town, man. It's the toughest job in town. But you got what it takes to continue to be forgiving, to continue to be merciful, to continue to be wise, to continue to be courageous, to continue to be humble, to continue to be discerning, to say, hey, I tried with that person. That's a disingenuous person. I don't have anything to pour into them. This what I carry, this what you carry. It has to be poured into those whose hearts are in the right place. So you got what it takes all across the board, man. And again, continue to prioritize the needy, even though this is the same group of people that put us through so much. Because not all of them put us through so much. Some of them amongst the needy really do need you. They really are counting on you. So don't you ever quit. Keep on prioritizing the needy, even though it's the hardest game, the toughest job in town. This is what I got for you guys. I love you all. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Yes, I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and yes, I will. Holla back. Peace.